Listen now. Discipline isn't a feeling, it's a decision you force on yourself. You will stop waiting for motivation, stop negotiating with excuses, and start imposing structure until results obey. This audiobook will show how to build relentless daily systems, break resistance, and make discipline automatic. If comfort is what you want, turn this off. If transformation is what you want, stay. Because for the next hour, you will learn how to force yourself to be disciplined, and nothing will be the same. Chapter 1. Stop waiting. Force the start. This is simple. Start now. You have a choice. You can wait or you can begin. Waiting feels safe. Waiting is a trap. Waiting is the voice that keeps you small. Start before you feel it. Start before the world gives you permission. You don't need their permission. The lie everyone tells themselves is polite. I'll start when I feel ready. That lie is endless. Readiness is a mirage. The sun never rises for the procrastinator. The athlete who takes one step every day passes the talented dreamer who waits for perfect timing. That's the key. Action creates readiness, not the other way around. Listen to this truth and say it out loud when you can. Start before you feel it. Start before you feel it. Start before you feel it. Repeat it until your lungs remember it. Repeat it until your hands move. Here is the test. Right now, choose one task that matters and one tiny version of it you can begin in 60 seconds. One paragraph, one push-up, 1 minute of focused work, one call. You have a choice. Choose to do the smallest possible thing. That small thing is the lever. That lever moves everything. Use the forced countdown. It works because it removes your voice. It cuts the debate. Count 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Count down, then do it. No explanations, no mental negotiation. The brain will try to bargain. It will stall. The countdown shuts the bargaining down. Athletes use this. Coaches use this. Winners use this. You are no different. Say it with me. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Move. Begin. Do not pause to craft excuses. Do not polish the start. Do the start. Action hammers doubt. Action makes the path visible. When you force the start, you learn fast. You gather data. You fix mistakes. You adjust. The person who waits forever gathers a life full of almosts. The person who starts gains skill and momentum. You don't need permission from friends. You don't need permission from family. You don't need permission from your boss. You don't need permission from your mood. You have a choice. Act. Tactics. Immediate, brutal, effective tactics. The 60-second rule. For every project, define the 60-second version. What is the one thing you can do in 60 seconds that moves the project forward? Write one line. Open one document. Set one timer. Do that now. Do it now. Do it now. Log it immediately. After you finish the 60 seconds, write down the time and what you did. That record is fuel. That record becomes proof that you can start. That's the key. The countdown trigger. Use the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 mechanic. Say it out loud. Do not let your mind argue. The countdown forces motion. Count down, then do it. Keep it ritual. Use it for every unpleasant start. Use it for writing. Use it for exercise. Use it for cold calls. Use it for making the phone call you fear. The simple human brain responds to a clear trigger. The trigger ends debate. The 2-minute finish. If you still hesitate after the countdown, commit to 2 minutes. 2 minutes is manageable. 2 minutes flips your brain from contemplating to executing. Most tasks stretch because you give them permission. 2 minutes takes the permission away. Do 2 minutes, then decide to continue. Usually you will keep going. If you stop, you still have the win. You started. That win compounds. Real-world example. A friend started writing only one paragraph each morning. He called it the paragraph rule. He did not wait for inspiration. He did not wait for the perfect hour. He did one paragraph every single day for a year. He now has a book. Talent did not win him that book. Habit did.
Small, repeated starts beat sporadic genius anytime. That's the key. Another example. A coach trains athletes to sprint off the block on command. The coach yells 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. And the sprinters explode. The start is forced. You need the same command in your life. The command is your countdown. Your practice is your ritual. Your explosion is progress. Listen, this is not motivational fluff. This is practical engineering of behavior. You have a choice. You can remain a spectator, or you can become a starter. You can build momentum. You can be the person who begins. Do not mistake starting for being mediocre. Starting creates skill. Starting creates the opportunity to become excellent. It's not about talent. It's not about mood. It's not about motivation. It's not about permission. It's about discipline. It's not about motivation. It's about discipline. That's the key. You force the start. Training follows. Mastery follows. Now the reinforcement. Repeat these lines until they are louder than your doubt. Start before you feel it. Do it now. Do it now. Do it now. You have a choice. Choose to begin. Count down, then do it. Log the start. Write time and action. Proof matters. Practical checklist. 1 page, 1 minute. Decide the smallest possible next action. Set a 60-second timer. Do the action, log it. If you resist, count 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. If you still resist, commit to 2 minutes. Do it. Log it. Celebrate the start, not the result. Celebrate the start. Accountability speeds the process. Tell one person you will start. Send a message after you do it. Public words create friction against failure. You don't need their permission to start. You use their expectation to lock you in. Before this chapter ends, hear the truth. Every long journey is made of small, forced starts. Momentum is not magic. Momentum is a sequence of starts stacked on top of one another. You control the sequence. You have a choice. Choose the start. Start before you feel it. Start before anyone tells you to. Start now. You forced a start. You learned the simple engineering of beginning. Now build the structure that makes that start permanent.
Chapter 2. Make rituals, not resolutions. This is practice, not prayer. You have a choice. You can wish or you can build. Wishes fade. Rituals endure. Rituals replace willpower. That's the key. Resolutions are polite lies. Every January they bloom. Every February they die. Rituals are architecture. They are non-negotiable. They become the machine that produces results. Rituals replace willpower. Rituals replace willpower. Rituals replace willpower. Hear this and say it until it settles. You don't need their permission. You don't need permission from mood. You don't need permission from inspiration. You don't need permission from timing. You have a choice. Use it. Rituals are simple. Start, midpoint, close. 3 anchors. Anchor it, do it. Anchor it, do it. Anchor it, do it. Anchor 1, the start ritual. The first action of your day that signals competence. It is short, it is specific, it is non-negotiable. Example, 5 push-ups immediately after turning off your alarm. Example, 1 paragraph typed before coffee. Example, fill 1 line in a planning log. That small act wins the first battle. That small act dictates the next hour. That small act says, we are a person who executes. Repeat, anchor it, do it. Anchor 2, the midpoint ritual. The midday reset, the clean break that avoids drift. It is tactical, it is tiny. Example, after lunch, write the top 3 priorities for the afternoon. Example, do 3 deep breaths and set a 60-minute timer for focus. Example, step outside and move for 5 minutes. These tiny acts stop the slow leak of time.
Anchor it, do it. Anchor 3, the close ritual. The finish, the day's accountability. It is short, it is conclusive. Example, write 2 wins and 1 lesson. Example, clear your desk for 5 minutes. Example, plan the first task for tomorrow. The close ritual ends the day with clarity. It locks the gains. Anchor it, do it. You have a choice. You can treat these as optional, or you can treat them as laws. Winners make them laws. Why rituals work? Because behavior follows cues. Because the brain hates ambiguity. Because small, repeated acts build identity. You are what you do every day, not what you promise, not what you intend, not what you imagine. That's the key. Here is the process. Repeat it, follow it, make no exceptions. Choose 3 anchors: start, midpoint, close. Keep them tiny, keep them obvious, keep them impossible to negotiate. Attach a tiny win to each anchor. 5 push-ups, 1 paragraph, 1 line in a log, 1 60-second focused burst. Tiny wins are fuel. Tiny wins are measurable. Tiny wins reduce resistance. Anchor it, do it. Burn the ritual into the environment. Put the notebook on the pillow. Put the timer where you cannot miss it. Set the alarm to the ritual song. Make the ritual unavoidable. You are designing friction against failure. Make bad choices harder. Make good choices automatic. Repeat the ritual until it's boring. Repeat the ritual until it's boring. Repeat the ritual until it's boring. When it is boring, it is stable. When it is stable, it is unstoppable. Tactics to enforce ritual. Brutal, practical, effective. The rule of 2 minutes. If a ritual feels big, shrink it to 2 minutes. 2 minutes is easy. 2 minutes kills debate. 2 minutes becomes momentum. Do 2 minutes. Log it. The public commitment trick. Tell one person you will perform the ritual. Send proof afterward. Public words create friction against quitting. You don't need their permission. Use their expectation to lock you in. The environment lock. Remove the option to avoid the ritual. If your start ritual is push-ups, sleep in clothes that let you move. If your close ritual is journaling, leave the journal on the pillow. Design the visible path to the ritual. The when-then formula. When X happens, then I will Y. When I turn off the alarm, then I do 5 push-ups. When I finish lunch, then I set a 60-minute focus timer. When I close my laptop, then I write 2 wins. This removes decision fatigue. It removes negotiation. Real examples, no fluff. A CEO schedules a start ritual, 10 minutes of writing before checking email, no exceptions. He calls it the first line rule. That small rule created a book and clearer thinking across meetings. Ritual, ritual, ritual. A designer uses a midpoint ritual. At 2 p.m., she stands and writes 3 tasks for the final sprint. She shrinks distraction and doubles execution. Anchor it, do it. A coach demands a close ritual for athletes. Write 2 wins and 1 fix. That short log focuses practice. It makes improvement obvious. Rituals replace willpower. Rituals replace willpower. Rituals replace willpower. Make the rituals visible. Record them. Track them. Habit trackers are not cute. They are data. Log the action. Check the box. Repeat. That simple data creates compounding confidence. That simple data crushes excuses. Now the mindset. This is not talent worship. It is engineering. It's not about inspiration. It's about consistency. It's not about motivation. It's about discipline. It's not about talent. It's about discipline. It's not about mood. It's about discipline. Say it. It's not about motivation. It's about discipline. That's the key. You have a choice. You can be someone who resolves or someone who rituals. Choose rituals. Make them non-negotiable. Make them stubborn. Protect them like appointments with a client. When the world pressures you, ritual is your scaffolding. Troubleshooting. If you miss a ritual, do not collapse, do not justify. Repair immediately. Do the ritual the next hour. Log the miss and the repair. Growth is not perfection, it is repair. That's the key. Scaling. Once the 3 anchors are locked, expand 1 micro-habit each month. Add 5 deep breaths to your midpoint. Add 1 minute of reflection to your close. Add a mobility set to the start. Small, incremental, sustainable, battle-tested. The reinforcement lines. Repeat them now. Say them out loud. You have a choice. Rituals replace willpower. Anchor it, do it. Ritual, ritual, ritual. Repeat the ritual until it's boring. You don't need their permission. This is not polite advice. This is a blueprint. Use it. Build on it. Force the small beginnings until they harden into identity. You have created a habit loop. You have enforced the cue. You have attached the tiny win. You have built the ritual. You are no longer dependent on mood. You are now dependent on structure. You mastered the start, midpoint, and close. You turned wishes into architecture. Now build the battlefield where that architecture fights for your attention.
Chapter 3. Schedule your war. This is not planning. This is preparing for battle. You have a choice. You can let your day own you, or you can own your day. That's the key. Discipline needs a battlefield. A battlefield is not wishful thinking. A battlefield is a calendar with teeth. A battlefield is a set of immovable appointments for your deepest work. Protect a block. Protect the block. Protect the block. Listen, if a task has no time carved into the day, it will not get done. Urgent things grab your attention. Important things wait. That's the flaw. It's not about time, it's about discipline. It's not about busyness, it's about priority. You don't need their permission to schedule your life. You don't need their permission. Here is the brutal truth. People who win treat work like clients. They book time. They color the calendar. They refuse to reschedule. They make their deep work non-negotiable. The founder who writes strategy at 7 a.m. treats it as a meeting labeled strategy. Do not reschedule. That block becomes sacred. This block is sacred. This block is sacred. Tactics: immediate and uncompromising. Block first, email later. Every week, pick your top 3 priorities. Block time for them first. Do not consult your inbox. Do not ask permission from others. Place colored blocks on your calendar that read Deep Work, No Interruptions. Mark them with a bold color. Make them obvious. Make them uncomfortable to cancel. Treat blocks as client meetings. When you create a block, write it as though a paying client scheduled it. Put a name, put a purpose, put a consequence for missing it. Call one block Write Book Chapter. Call another Product Design Sprint. When you treat a block like a meeting with a client, you stop renegotiating. You do the work. Define clear boundaries. Turn off notifications. Close the tab. Put the phone face down in another room. If necessary, use an app blocker. If someone asks to move your block, say no, that time is booked. This is a sentence you must learn to say. Protect the block. Color code aggressively. Use color like a general uses flags. Red for urgent client obligations. Dark blue for deep creative work. Orange for administrative maintenance. The color becomes a visual guardrail. When your calendar is a map, you will stop drifting. Schedule it, protect it, win it. Refuse reschedule. When someone asks to move your block, respond with a counter. Offer an alternative time.
Do not give up the original slot. If the work is truly secondary, it should adapt. If the world insists, push back. You have a choice. You decide what moves. That's the key. Examples: real, concrete, hard. A product manager schedules 2 hours of uninterrupted research every Monday at 8 a.m. for 3 months. No meetings allowed. No exceptions. During this window, she discovered a small behavior change that increased retention by 12%. The discovery came because she had uninterrupted time. Protect the block. Without the block, there was no insight. A novelist sets a daily writing block from 5 to 6 a.m. The block is colored crimson in the calendar. Family knows, agent knows, coffee shop knows. The block is sacred. The pages accumulate. The book finishes. It's not about talent. It's not about creative inspiration. It's about the schedule. It's not about talent. It's about discipline. A CEO blocks 2 weekly hours for mentoring. She refuses calendar requests in that slot. Staff know the rule. The slot becomes reliable. Mentorship improves. Productivity grows. Small structures produce major returns. Reinforcement. Daily habits that make the battlefield real. Nightly calendar review. Every evening, review tomorrow's calendar. Confirm your blocks, check for conflicts, adjust if there is no better option. This nightly ritual is your command center. It costs 5 minutes and saves hours. Schedule it, protect it, win it. Morning check-in. Before you begin, open the day. Read your blocks. Say aloud the purpose of each. Visual confirmation sharpens focus. Declare your intention. This block is for deep writing. I will not answer email. Say it, mean it. Micro actions within the block. Decide the first 10 minutes before the block starts. Set a clear starting task. Set a timer for 50 minutes of focus and a 10-minute break. Use the Pomodoro as a weapon. You have a choice. Use the structure. Accountability. Make the battlefield social. Tell one person your immovable blocks. Send a weekly calendar screenshot to a colleague. Use accountability to make rescheduling costly. Public commitments reduce cowardice. You don't need their permission to protect your time. You use their attention to lock you in. Resistance will appear. Expect it. The world will test you. It will create urgent distractions. People are not trying to ruin you. They are trying to get their needs met. You must learn to protect yours. That requires short sentences and firm boundaries. Say no without guilt. Say no without explanation. Say, this block is sacred. Repeat it until you mean it. If you fail, repair quickly. Missed a block? Replace it the next day and double down. Log the failure. Write why you missed it. Fix the environment. Make adjustments. This is not about perfection. It's about continuous enforcement. You have a choice. Repair or rationalize. That's the key. Scaling. Once you win daily blocks, extend to weekly and monthly campaigns. Reserve a half day every month for strategy. Book a full day each quarter for planning. Treat inspections and reviews as mandatory. Build a calendar that becomes your operating system. Final enforcement lines. Say them now. You have a choice. Schedule it, protect it, win it. This block is sacred. This block is sacred. You don't need their permission. It's not about more time. It's about better use of time. It's not about chaos. It's about discipline. You have built a battlefield. You have trenches of time. You have defended your priorities. You are not busy. You are intentional. Now that you control the battlefield, you must learn how to break the enemy's resistance in tiny, repeatable ways. You scheduled your war.
Chapter 4. Break resistance with micro-actions. Resistance is loud. Resistance argues. Resistance invents reasons. Resistance will tell you to wait. Resistance will tell you to make a better plan. You have a choice: fight or yield. That's the key. Tiny actions beat giant intentions. Tiny actions remove the drama. Tiny actions remove the debate. Tiny actions stack into momentum. Tiny wins stack. Tiny wins stack. Tiny wins stack. Listen carefully. The biggest lie you tell yourself is that you need a big block of time to make progress. You don't. You need a start. 1 paragraph, 1 minute, 1 rep, 1 step, 1 tiny motion. 1 tiny motion repeated becomes unstoppable force. You don't need their permission. You don't need the perfect mood. You have a choice. Choose the small hit. Choose the start. Why micro-actions work? Because the brain resists large unknowns. Because the planning mind invents obstacles. Because the doing brain responds to immediate cues. When a task is shrunk to 1 minute, it feels possible. When it feels possible, you begin. When you begin, the path appears. That's the key. Practical rule. Define the 60-second version of every task. For each big project, ask, what can I do in 60 seconds that moves this forward? Write 1 sentence. Open 1 file. Type a headline. Send a 1-line email. Do 1 push-up. 1 minute. Start now. 1 minute. Start now. 1 minute. Start now. Tactics. Concrete and non-negotiable. The 60-second protocol. For every task, write the 60-second starter. Keep it visible. Stick it on a sticky. When the task looms, execute the 60-second starter. Do not allow negotiation. Set a timer. Do the action. Log it. This is your smallest viable unit of progress. Chain the wins. Don't break the chain. The micro-commitment ladder. After the 60-second start, commit to 1 more small step. If you did 1 minute, add 5 minutes. If you wrote 1 paragraph, write 1 more paragraph. If you did 1 rep, do 3 more reps. The ladder forces momentum without pressure. Momentum eats doubt. Momentum creates grit. Public micro-contract. Tell someone your micro goal and announce when you finish. Send a 1-line message. 1 paragraph done. The social friction makes quitting costlier. You don't need their permission. You use their eyes to lock you in. The visual chain. Use a simple tracker, X for each micro-win. A chain forms across days. The visual chain is violent in its simplicity. You will not want to break it. Chain the wins. Don't break the chain. The chain is proof. The chain is momentum. The chain becomes identity. Real-world examples. Short, precise, effective. The novelist who wrote 1 paragraph. He did it every morning for 300 days. He stopped waiting for inspiration. He finished a draft. The paragraph rule beat perfectionism. Tiny wins stack. The coder who opened the project for 1 minute each night. He fixed a bug, then another. He pushed small commits. Over weeks, features appeared. The 60-second rule turned backlog into product. The athlete who did 1 push-up after each work call. 1 push-up led to 5. 5 turned to 10. Months later, he was stronger. Small reps built the muscle. It's not about willpower, it's about discipline. Psychology explained in plain terms. You must outsmart resistance. Resistance plays for the long game. It wants you to believe only dramatic starts count. You must short-circuit that thought. Tell yourself, do 1 minute. Do 1 minute now. Repeat the phrase until you act. This is behavior engineering. This is training. Language to use. Keep it simple. Use triggers. Use a countdown when needed.
Use a visual cue. Use timing. Use the rule of 2. 2 minutes is a fail-safe when 60 seconds feels too small. 2 minutes still breaks the stall. Do 2 minutes, log it. Keep moving. Accountability systems that work, brutal and clean. End-of-day tally. Record 3 micro-wins. No excuses, no fluff. 3 small actions that move the needle. Log them. Repeat tomorrow. Weekly micro-review. Where did chains break? Why? Fix environment. Change cue. Adjust the starter. Repair the chain immediately. Repair beats rationalization. Micro-rewards. After 5 chained micro-wins, give a tiny reward. A walk, a coffee, a 5-minute phone call. Rewards cement behavior without derailing it. Objections you will hear in your head, and the responses you must say out loud. I don't have time. You have 60 seconds. 1 minute exists. Use it. You have a choice. It won't matter. 1 paragraph matters enough to create the next. That's the key. I need motivation. Motivation follows action. Action produces mood. Do the minute. Feel momentum. This is not about doing tiny things forever. It's about using the tiny to escape paralysis, then scale the effort. Start small, build stairs, then climb. Troubleshooting. If you break the chain, don't beg for mercy. Apply the repair rule. Do the 60-second starter immediately upon noticing the break. Log the repair. Make the next day mandatory. Momentum hates pauses. Momentum respects repair. Scaling without sabotage. Once chains exist, pick 1 micro-habit to expand each month. Add 2 minutes to writing. Add 3 reps to exercise. Add 1 extra micro-commitment in the morning. Incremental growth beats heroic bursts. Language for reinforcement. Repeat these lines now. Say them until you mean them. You have a choice. 1 minute. Start now. Tiny wins stack. Tiny wins stack. Tiny wins stack. Chain the wins. Don't break the chain. You don't need their permission. It's not about perfection. It's about discipline. It's not about waiting. It's about starting. Practical checklist. Fast. Do it now. Pick 1 stalled task. Define its 60-second starter. Set a timer. Do the starter. Log it. Add 1 small second step. Repeat. Mark an X on your chain tracker. Protect the chain. This chapter is engineering. It is a weapon you can wield every day. Use it. Force small starts. Force repeated motion. Let the small wins compound into irreversible progress. You have broken the big. You have softened resistance. You have learned how to start when you don't want to. Now gear that momentum into daily brutality.
Chapter 5. Outwork yesterday. Incremental brutality. This is relentless. You have a choice. You can repeat the same day, or you can outrun it. Outwork yesterday. Outwork yesterday. Outwork yesterday. Progress is not dramatic. Progress is savage consistency. Small edges compound. 1% a day is not small. 1% a day becomes a different life. That's the key. The lie you heard is simple. If I'm not dramatic, I'm not moving. That lie hides laziness. It's not about fireworks. It's about discipline. It's not about talent. It's about discipline. You don't need their permission to improve. You have a choice. Choose incremental brutality. Listen, the goal is not to break yourself. The goal is to edge yourself forward. Every day, choose 1 tiny increment that is measurable. Just 1. 1 rep, 5 extra lines, 5 more minutes, 1 extra customer call, 1 more paragraph, 1 more push. Do more than yesterday. Do more than yesterday. Do more than yesterday. Why this works? Because steady pressure wins where explosions fail.
Because your nervous system tolerates slow increases. Because your identity updates when you keep showing up and adding just a bit. When you add a little each day, resistance learns to accept the new normal. That's the key. Tactics: brutal, clear, repeatable. Pick a metric. Choose one thing you can measure. Words written, reps, minutes of focused time, sales calls, lines of code. Choose one. Make it obvious. If it can't be measured, it won't be enforced. You have a choice. Measure it. Define the increment. Commit to a tiny increase. 1 rep, 5 lines, 5 minutes, 10%. Something you can do tomorrow. Keep it marginal. The increment is not heroic. It is reliable. Do more than yesterday. Do more than yesterday. Do more than yesterday. Execute and record. Do the work, then log it. Screenshot if necessary. Save the time. Write the number. Record the proof. Proof matters. Proof beats your memory. Proof beats excuses. Share the proof when it helps. Share the screenshot. Tag a friend. Use accountability. You don't need their permission. Use their eyes. Enforce accountability. If you miss the increment, repair immediately. No pity, no story. Do the original increment the next day and add it again. The repair must be fast. Repair beats rationalization. That's the key. Use micro-targets for demoralized days. When you are tired, pick a minimal extra. Add 1 rep. Add 1 minute. Do something that still edges you. Tiny gains prevent collapse. Tiny gains keep the chain intact. Chain the wins. Don't break the chain. Real examples. Clear, concrete. A runner who adds 30 seconds to the weekly long run every single week. 30 seconds seems meaningless. Over months, it's miles. Over a year, it's endurance. Outwork yesterday. He did not sprint forward, he edged. He won races he never expected. A copywriter who writes 5 extra lines every day beyond his usual output. 5 lines today, 5 tomorrow. A month later, he has thousands of extra words. One small rule turned him into a book author. Do more than yesterday. A sales rep who makes 1 extra call a day, 1 additional call. Rejection still happens, but the extra call finds the extra sale. Month by month, the commission grows. Do more than yesterday. That's the key. Mental scripts to say aloud. Use them, repeat them. You have a choice. Outwork yesterday. Do more than yesterday. That's the key. You don't need their permission. It's not about talent, it's about discipline. Nightly ritual. Make it brutal and short. Every night, ask yourself out loud, did I outwork yesterday? Repeat it. Did I outwork yesterday? Force the answer. No fluff, no excuses. Yes or no. If yes, write what you did. If no, write why and plan the repair. This nightly review is your court of record. It is unforgiving and fair. It converts intentions into evidence. Concrete nightly checklist. Open your log. Compare today's metric to yesterday's. Ask, did I outwork yesterday? Say it out loud. If yes, mark it and celebrate briefly. If no, schedule the repair and execute it within 24 hours. Accountability systems that work. Public ledger. Post weekly results to someone who expects consistency. Partner push. Pair with one person. Trade daily screenshots. Small bet. Wager a trivial amount on your improvement and pay if you fail. Stakes build focus. Avoid self-sabotage. The common traps. Perfectionism. It kills increments. If you wait for perfect, you never add. It's not about perfection, it's about discipline. Binging. Intense bursts followed by collapse do not compound. Small, steady beats sprint, rest, sprint every time. Comparison. Someone else's leap distracts you. Your job is to outsprint your yesterday. You have a choice. Focus on your metric. Scaling the system. When the small increments feel easy, raise the increment by a tiny margin. Not double, not radical. Add a little. Test. If the pace breaks you, back off. The aim is sustainability with progressive overload. The same principle athletes use with weights. Train the system, not your ego. Language to use during the day. Short commands. Add 1. Just 5. 2 more minutes. Log it. Repair now. Rewards that stick. Keep them tiny and relevant. After 7 consecutive days of outworking yesterday, allow a small reward, a quality meal, a book, a focused break. Don't celebrate by breaking the chain. Rewards are lubricants, not derailers. Objections you will face. Respond quickly. I'm exhausted. Add a smaller increment. Repair the chain. I can't today. 1 rep, 1 minute, 1 line. Still count it. It won't matter. Compound interest of work exists. Proof is the record. Identity formation. This is the highest leverage. When you outwork yesterday, you become someone who improves. Identity follows behavior. Keep the ledger. The ledger rewrites your self-image. Eventually, you no longer try to be better. You are better. That's the key. Final enforcement lines. Say them until they are louder than your doubt. You have a choice. Outwork yesterday. Do more than yesterday. That's the key. You don't need their permission. It's not about talent. It's about discipline. You've edged your life forward. You have learned the brutal math of incremental improvement. Momentum is the sum of tiny repeated increments. You forced progress. You made small increases inevitable. You built a habit of repair. You built a ledger of proof. You are no longer waiting for miracles. You are manufacturing them. You outworked yesterday. Now you must take that edge to the day's first hour. Build the morning that leverages these tiny victories.
Chapter 6. Dominate the morning, own the day. This hour decides everything. You have a choice. You can let the morning happen to you, or you can command it. Win the first hour. Win the first hour. Win the first hour. Listen close. The first 60 to 90 minutes are a multiplier. They set your energy. They set your decisions. They set your momentum. If you dominate the morning, the rest of the day obeys. That's the key. The lie is familiar. I'll start after coffee. The lie is dressed as comfort. The lie steals time. The lie kills progress. It's not about motivation. It's about discipline. You don't need their permission. You have a choice. Choose to own the first hour. Here is the rule. Build a 60 to 90-minute morning sequence. Make it non-negotiable. Make it simple. Make it brutal. The sequence has 3 parts: movement, 1 deep task, and planning. Move, create, plan. Repeat. Win the first hour. Win the day. Part 1. Movement. Get the body involved. Movement wakes the brain. Movement reduces dread. Movement creates confidence. It does not need to be long. 5 to 15 minutes is enough. Push-ups, a short run, cold shower, mobility work, a brief walk outside. The point is biological priming. You activate your system. You signal to your brain, we are beginning. Set an alarm that says the purpose. The alarm is not polite. The alarm commands. Use a forced start command. Get up, begin, execute. Get up, begin, execute. Part 2. 1 deep task. The first work session is the most valuable. Not email, not social, not busy work. 1 deep, high-value task. Write a paragraph. Outline a key call. Create the first slide.
Do the single task that moves the needle. Set a 50 to 90-minute block for this. No interruptions, no tabs, no notifications. Treat this block like a client appointment. This is sacred time. Protect it. This block is sacred. This block is sacred. Part 3. Planning. Use 5 minutes to set the day. Define the top 3 priorities. Decide the single next action for each priority. Schedule the first deep work block. Confirm appointments. Close distractions. This short planning prevents drift. It prevents reactive days. It forces clarity. Say aloud the most important task. Say it with conviction. Today I will finish the outline. You have a choice. Choose clarity. Tactics. Simple, non-negotiable. Purpose alarm. Set your alarm label to a command, not morning alarm. Write, get up, begin, execute. Read it before you move. The label becomes a trigger. The label removes debate. The label forces motion. Default sequence. Predefine your movement, your deep task, and your planning. Don't invent in the moment. When the brain is sleepy, invention is negotiation. A default sequence removes negotiation. Follow the sequence. Repeat the sequence. 60 to 90-minute window. Protect that window like a meeting with your future self. Put it on the calendar. Color it. Call it first hour, deep work. Refuse to let others book it. You don't need their permission to protect your morning. Prepare the night before. Lay out clothes. Open the document you will use. Place the journal on the nightstand. Make the path to the ritual obvious. The morning resists complexity. Remove it. The night before is your secret weapon. Micro-start if necessary. If you fight the alarm, start with 1 minute, 2 minutes of movement, 1 paragraph, 1 minute of breath. Momentum builds from micro-starts. 1 minute turns into 45. Real-world examples, clear and brutal. A founder writes for 60 minutes before answering a single email. The result? Clearer strategy, more decisive meetings, faster product decisions. He calls it the founder hour. He wins the day before most people wake. Win the first hour. A nurse wakes 10 minutes earlier to journal 3 wins. The short reflection shifts her mood. She brings calm into chaos. She makes better choices. She controls the day instead of being controlled by it. A student walks for 15 minutes and then opens the hardest subject first. The walk clears panic. The brain focuses. Grades improve. Resistance falls. Tiny rituals multiply into weighty outcomes. Language to drill into your head. Repeat. You have a choice. Win the first hour. Win the day. Get up. Begin. Execute. This block is sacred. This block is sacred. You don't need their permission. It's not about willpower. It's about discipline. Objections you will meet. Responses to use. I'm not a morning person. You were born to adapt. Morning person is a lie. You can train the morning muscle. Start small. 2 minutes, then 5, then 20. You have a choice. I'm exhausted. Movement increases energy. It does not deplete it. Do less. Move anyway. Micro wins create fuel. That's the key. I have kids or responsibilities. Structure fits any life. Protect what you can. Shift the window. Make it early or late. The hour can be flexible. The sequence must remain sacred. Accountability and measurement. Track the habit. 1x per day for completed first hour. Make a simple tracker. 10 X's equals proof of momentum. Share results with a friend. Use accountability to maintain stubbornness. You don't need their permission. Use their attention to lock you in. Troubleshooting. If you fail, repair immediately. Miss the first hour? Do a condensed version within 2 hours. No excuses, no stories. Repair is the action. Log the miss, log the repair. Learn the trigger that broke the routine. Fix the environment. Try again tomorrow. Scaling.
Once you own 60 minutes, expand the window gradually. Add 5 minutes of reading, add 10 minutes of focused work. But be cautious, growth must be sustainable. The aim is consistency, not drama. Small growth compounds into dominance. Identity shift, habit to identity. When you win the first hour consistently, you become someone who commands time. Identity follows action. You stop negotiating with life. You are the person who starts. You are the person who finishes. You have a choice. Choose the role. Final reinforcement. Say it loud. You have a choice. Win the first hour. Win the day. Get up, begin, execute. Protect the block. Protect the block. You don't need their permission. It's not about discipline. It's about willpower. You controlled the morning. You created momentum. You set a pattern the rest of the day will obey. Now use that momentum to train endurance and tolerance.
Chapter 7. Treat willpower like a muscle. This is training. You have a choice. You can complain about willpower, or you can build it. Train the muscle. Train the muscle. Train the muscle. Willpower is not magic. It is not a moral quality. It is biological. It fatigues. It adapts. It grows when stressed correctly. It breaks if abused. That's the key. The common myth. Some people are just disciplined. That's a story the lazy tell themselves. Discipline is not a birthright. It is built. It is trained. You don't need their permission to train. You don't need permission for mood. You have a choice. Choose to train. Think of willpower like a physical muscle. Muscles need overload. They need progressive stress. They need recovery. They need rest days. They need measurement. The same rules apply to willpower. Push, recover, repeat. Push, recover, repeat. Concrete Rule 1. Schedule deliberate resistance exercises. These are short, controlled discomforts designed to increase tolerance. Examples: a 60 to 90 second cold shower, a 12 to 14 hour overnight fast, a focused 50-minute deep work sprint with no phone, a 5-minute deliberate pause before reacting to an email. Pick 2 or 3, small, repeatable, measurable. Tactical protocol. Write this down and follow it. Pick 3 resistance exercises, 1 physical, 1 dietary or sensory, 1 cognitive. Example set: 90-second cold shower, physical. Skip breakfast until noon twice a week, dietary. 50-minute no notifications writing block daily, cognitive. Keep them short, keep them precise, keep them legal and safe. Schedule them. Put them on your calendar like training sessions. Treat them like client meetings. You do not negotiate. The block is sacred. You have a choice. Protect it. Track recovery. Record sleep hours. Log subjective energy on a 1 to 10 scale. Note mood and irritability. If energy drops or mood collapses, allow a recovery session. Recovery is not surrender. Recovery is part of training. Push, recover, repeat. Progress small and measurable. Increase duration or intensity by 5 to 10% weekly. If your cold shower is 60 seconds, add 5 to 10 seconds next week. If your focused work is 50 minutes, add 5 minutes the following week. Small overload compounds. That's the key. Real-world examples, short and clear. A software engineer added a 10-minute morning cold exposure 3 times a week. He felt uncomfortable at first. He reported sharper focus and fewer reactive emails. He increased exposure time slowly. His tolerance rose. He became calmer under pressure. Train the muscle. A manager began one 50-minute distraction-free sprint each morning. No phone, no tabs. She tracked mood and output. After 3 weeks, she extended to 60 minutes. Decision fatigue reduced. Meetings became clearer. It's not about talent, it's about discipline. A student practiced a daily 5-minute pause before responding to messages. It stopped impulsive scrolling. It created breathing room. Over months, the student reported improved study focus. It's not about willpower, it's about discipline. Weekly structure you can use. Sample week. Monday, mental sprint, 50 minutes deep work. Tuesday, physical resistance, cold shower, 60 to 90 seconds. Wednesday, nutritional tolerance, 12 to 14-hour fasting window. Thursday, mental sprint, 55 minutes deep work. Friday, physical resistance, add 10 seconds to cold shower. Saturday, active recovery, light movement, mobility, social time, mandatory reset. Sunday, reflection and planning, note progress, adjust next week. This is an example. Modify for your life. The point is consistent overload plus weekly reset. Train the muscle every week. Train the muscle every week. Measurement matters. Don't guess, track. Metric 1, completed sessions per week. Target 3 to 5. Metric 2, duration or intensity, seconds of cold, minutes of work. Metric 3, recovery score, sleep hours, energy 1 to 10. Metric 4, subjective difficulty, RPE 1 to 10. If recovery score falls below baseline for 2 consecutive weeks, reduce overload and increase recovery. Recovery is a performance tool. Recovery fuels the next push. Accountability methods that work. Pair training. Find one person to report to once per week. Send a single line update. Cold shower 90s, done. Deep sprint 50M, done. Short, brutal, effective. Public ledger. Post weekly summary to a channel or friend. The social cost of failure increases follow-through. You don't need their permission. Use their attention as leverage. Small bet. Put a trivial amount of money on compliance. Pay if you fail. Loss aversion works. Common traps and how to fix them. Trap. All or nothing. You go extreme and burn out. Fix. Drop intensity by 30% and rebuild gradually. Small overload wins. Trap. Ignoring recovery. You push until collapse. Fix. Add mandatory reset days. Sleep more. Move less. Hydrate. Reset. Trap. Vanity metrics. You increase time but lose quality. Fix. Prioritize subjective recovery metrics over raw minutes when needed. Language to rehearse. Say these lines out loud regularly. You have a choice. Train the muscle. Push, recover, repeat. You don't need their permission. It's not about comfort, it's about discipline. It's not about heroics, it's about steady overload and smart recovery. That's the key. Mindset shift. This is not punishment, this is investment. You are buying capacity. Each deliberate discomfort increases your ability to tolerate pressure. That ability converts into action when it matters most. Identity grows. You become the person who endures. You are no longer at the mercy of moods. Troubleshooting. Missed sessions happen. Repair fast. Missed a cold shower? Do it the next morning and add 5 seconds. Missed a deep sprint? Do a condensed 25-minute session tonight. Missed recovery? Schedule a full reset immediately. Repair is the currency of long-term progress. Repair beats excuses. That's the key. Final enforcement. Repeat after me. You have a choice. Train the muscle. Push, recover, repeat. Train the muscle every week. You don't need their permission. You learned to view willpower as a system. You scheduled overload. You tracked recovery. You built capacity. You no longer wait for courage. You manufacture it. You trained the muscle. Now design the environment that makes training easier and failure harder.
Chapter 8. Create a no-excuse environment. This is ruthless design. You have a choice. You can keep excuses as furniture, or you can rearrange the house. Design to win, design to win, design to win. Your environment whispers every decision you make. It nudges you toward comfort or toward work. It magnifies habit or it buries it. That whisper becomes habit. That habit becomes identity. That's the key. The brutal truth: your environment either enables excuses or forces discipline. It does not sit neutral. Every object, every sound, every notification biases behavior. If your phone is on the nightstand, you will scroll. If snacks are visible, you will eat. If your desktop is cluttered, your brain will stall. You don't need their permission to change the room. You have a choice. Use it. Start with the audit. A simple, ruthless audit. Physical, then digital. Do it now, mentally. Walk the space with purpose. Look for the obvious saboteurs. Physical audit. Open your eyes. What is in reach? What tempts you within 30 seconds? Identify it. Name it. Remove it. Hide the snacks. Hide the screen. Clear the desk. Put the phone in another room when you work. Put a notebook where your hands naturally land. Make the path to the right choice shorter than to the wrong one. Make bad choices harder. Make good choices the default. That's the key. Digital audit. Your phone is a battlefield. Your computer is a trap. Audit every app, every notification, every idle tab. Delete the apps that steal your time. Mute the channels that hijack your focus. Use blockers and schedules. Create profiles: work, evening, family. Each profile has limits. Each profile reduces friction for the right behavior. Remove desktop clutter. Create one clean folder called Today. Put only what matters in it. Close the tabs you do not need. Design to win. Tactical rules. Practical. Non-negotiable. Remove friction for good habits. Place the journal on your pillow. Put training shoes by the bed. Pre-fill a water bottle and chill it. If you want to read more, leave one book on the couch. If you want to write, open the document tonight and leave the laptop lid up. Make the good choice the obvious choice. You have a choice. Make it easy. Add friction to bad habits. Lock social apps behind a password you do not know by heart. Put snacks in a hard-to-reach cabinet. Log out of entertainment accounts. Move the TV plug behind a table. Make scrolling require effort. Make bad choices cost something. Make bad choices harder. Make bad choices harder. Schedule auto systems. Automate the boring objections. Auto-pay bills. Block social media during work hours. Use calendar invites for personal time. When possible, remove decision points that cause fatigue. The fewer tiny choices you must make, the more willpower you preserve for real work. It's not about willpower, it's about discipline. It's not about motivation, it's about discipline. Create sacred zones. One room is for work only. One corner is for rest only. One table is for family only. Boundaries matter. If you work in bed, work becomes rest became stress. If you eat at your desk, food and focus merge into distraction. Make physical distinctions. Protect them like contracts. Real examples, clear and ruthless. A writer emptied the desk of everything except an open document and a pen. He set the laptop to full screen only. He used an app blocker for social. He wrote 1 to 2 hours each morning. The room told him to write. The room removed excuses. He finished a manuscript.
A parent put the phone in the kitchen drawer during homework time. The kids learned to respect the ritual. The parent found concentration for teaching. The small environmental change produced hours of attention each week. That's the key. A team leader created a no meetings morning policy and blocked calendars for deep work. He instructed team members to send asynchronous updates. Productivity rose, meetings shortened, the office culture shifted toward focus. Designed to win. Daily rituals: audit, adjust, enforce. Repeat it like muscle memory. Morning check. Before the first meeting, scan your space. Are the obvious distractions visible? Remove them. Turn off notifications. Set the day profile. Say aloud, work mode, lockdown. You have a choice. Midday re-audit. After lunch, quick sweep. Refill water. Return phone to drawer. Reset the environment for the afternoon. Little resets prevent drift. Little resets are discipline insurance. Nightly shutdown. 10 minutes before bed, clear the surfaces. Put devices away. Prepare the next day's today folder. Lay out clothes. Put the journal on the pillow. This shutdown ritual reduces friction in the morning. Repeat it until it is automatic. Audit, adjust, enforce. Design rules for the mind. Tactical language to use. If it's in reach, it will be done. Move it away. If it screams, mute it. Turn off the noise. If it tempts, hide it. Out of sight becomes out of mind. Say these lines out loud. Make them commands. Make them rules. Accountability hacks that work. Environmental snapshot. Once a week, take a photo of your desk and phone setup. Post it to a private group or friend. The social frame increases compliance. You don't need their permission, but you can use their attention to maintain standards. The 2-minute test. If something would distract you for 2 minutes or more, block it before starting work. That small rule shrinks the opportunity for leaks. The repair protocol. If you fail, do a 10-minute deep clean immediately. Fix the visible cause, then log the change. Repair reduces future risk. Common excuses and the responses you must rehearse. I can't change my space. You can change the small things. Move the phone, clear a corner, change a browser setting. Small changes change behavior. You have a choice. I work from a chaotic environment. Create micro-zones. Use headphones. Use a folding screen. Use ritual to carve focus. Make bad choices harder. It feels extreme. Discipline looks extreme until it becomes normal. The environment is a scaffolding. Remove scaffolding later if you want. For now, build the structure. That's the key. Identity and environment, the final point. Your environment signals who you are. A tidy desk says you are a worker. A cluttered couch says you are passive. If you want to become someone who finishes, build a space that finishes. If you want to become someone who trains, build a space that trains. The world will conform to the room you create. You don't need their permission. You design the conditions of your success. Final enforcement lines. Say them until you mean them. You have a choice. Designed to win. Make bad choices harder. Audit, adjust, enforce. You don't need their permission. It's not about convenience, it's about discipline. That's the key. You re-engineered the field of play. You removed friction for wins and added friction to losses. You made failure harder and success easier. You created a system that pushes you forward. Now that the environment is locked, it's time to stop fleeing discomfort. Learn to follow it.
Chapter 9. Use pain as a compass. This is not suffering for suffering's sake. This is learning. You have a choice. You can run from discomfort, or you can follow it. Follow the pain. Follow the pain. Follow the pain. Pain is not an enemy. Pain is a signal.
Pain points to what is changing. Pain points to what matters. Pain points to where growth hides. That's the key. The common story sounds noble. I avoid pain to protect my peace. That phrasing is soft. It hides avoidance. It creates a life of small comforts and large regrets. You don't need their permission to grow. You have a choice. Move toward the places that hurt in disciplined steps. Hear this and repeat it until your posture changes. Pain is information. Move toward it. Pain is information. Move toward it. Pain is information. Move toward it. Reframe the experience. When discomfort arrives, ask one clean question. What is this showing me? Say it aloud. Be curious. Be brutal. The answer is data. The data guides action. Pain points to weak points. Pain exposes habits. Pain highlights skill gaps. Pain shows the next thing to fix. Log the pain. Take the lesson. Do the work. Tactics. Short, practical, non-negotiable. Name the pain. Stop narrating feelings and name the source. Is it physical soreness? Is it fear before a call? Is it shame after a missed deadline? Identify it. Label it. Naming converts emotion into a problem to solve. You have a choice. Ask the data question. What is this showing me? Wait for 3 answers. Write them down. They will be simple. I am underprepared. I avoided feedback. My recovery is poor. The answers point to the next action. That's the key. Convert data into a micro-action. Take one specific step you can do in the next 60 minutes that addresses one of the answers. If the pain says underprepared, do one 30-minute study sprint. If the pain says avoid feedback, send one draft to one person. If the pain says poor recovery, schedule a sleep reset tonight. Micro-action turns pain into progress. Log the pain weekly. Use a single sheet or a simple note. Date the entry. Write the pain label. Write the 3 data answers. Write the 1 micro-action you took. Write the result. Repeat weekly. This is not therapy. It is engineering. Log the pain. Take the lesson. Do the work. Create an action plan from recurring pains. If the same pain repeats 3 times, escalate. Add a 30-day corrective block. Increase practice. Schedule coaching. Change environment. The plan must be specific, scheduled, and non-negotiable. Repair the pattern. Repair the pattern fast. Real-world examples, short and surgical. An entrepreneur felt panic before sales calls. He named the pain, fear of rejection. He asked, "What is this showing me?" Answer, "My pitch is sloppy." Micro-action, rewrite the opening and rehearse 3 times today. He logged the pain. He called 3 prospects. The fear lessened. He improved. Follow the pain. A weightlifter felt unusual soreness after a workout. He labeled it joint pain, not muscle fatigue. He asked, "What is this showing me?" Answer, breakdown in form. Micro-action, film a set tomorrow and review technique. Weekly log, corrected form, pain reduced. Train smarter. Pain guided the fix. A designer froze after client feedback. Pain label, shame. Data answer, avoided critique for months. Micro-action, send the revised version and ask 2 specific questions. The client replied. The designer learned faster. Pain is information. Move toward it. Mindset rules, short commands to rehearse. You have a choice. Follow the pain. Pain is information. Move toward it. Log the pain. Take the lesson. Do the work. You don't need their permission. It's not about comfort. It's about discipline. That's the key. Resistance you will meet. The correct responses. It hurts too much. Scale down. Address what you can today. Small repair still counts. Do the micro-action. Log it. Repeat. I will deal with it later. Later is a lie. Pain compounds. Deal now. 5 minutes of action beats 5 weeks of avoidance. I'm not ready. Readiness follows practice. Do the smallest corrective move. Start the training. Do the micro-action. Log it. Repeat. Practical systems you must install. Weekly pain log. 1 page, 4 fields. Date, pain label, data answers, 3, micro-action taken, time spent, outcome. Keep it simple. Update it every Sunday night. Pain review session, 15 minutes. Look through the last 4 entries. Identify repeats. Assign a 30-day corrective plan to the most common pain. Schedule the plan in your calendar. Protect those blocks like client meetings. Micro-friction tool. For pains caused by distraction or avoidance, add friction to the avoidance. For example, lock the social app behind a password for focus sessions. Remove the sofa when you must work. Make bad choices harder. This is not punishment, it is design. Accountability that accelerates change. Share 1 pain entry with a trusted peer each week. 1 sentence. Example, this week, pain, fear in sales. Micro-action, rewrite opening and rehearse 3 times. That minimal transparency creates pressure to act. You don't need their permission. Use their expectation to force follow-through. Emotional literacy that matters, short but essential. Do not confuse intensity with severity. Sharp pain may be a breakthrough. Chronic low-grade pain may be slow decay. Both need different fixes. Acute pain asks for immediate correction. Chronic pain asks for structural change. The danger zone, shame. Shame immobilizes. Replace shame with curiosity. Name the feeling. Ask the data question. Act. Repair. Shame is a liar. Data is a guide. That's the key. Scaling courage. Incremental exposure works. If a pitch terrifies you, do 1 small pitch to a friendly listener. Increase exposure weekly. If public speaking scares you, practice for 3 minutes, then 5, then 10. Each uncomfortable step expands capacity. Train discipline into your tolerance. Train the muscle. Follow the pain. Final enforcement lines. Repeat them until they drive action. You have a choice. Follow the pain. Pain is information. Move toward it. Log the pain. Take the lesson. Do the work. You don't need their permission. It's not about comfort. It's about discipline. That's the key. You learned how to read discomfort. You learned how to convert it into data. You logged it. You acted on it. You repaired damage. You grew capacity. Pain no longer stops you. It steers you. You followed pain. You turned it into a compass. Now use that compass to navigate your daily moods and impulses.
Chapter 10. Live on discipline, not mood. Moods are unstable. They rise, they fall, they disappear without warning. Discipline does not fluctuate. It executes. You have a choice. Build your life on emotion or build your life on execution. Live on discipline. Most people are controlled by how they feel. If they feel motivated, they move. If they feel tired, they stall. If they feel inspired, they start. If they feel bored, they quit. That is not strength. That is emotional slavery. You say you want results, but you let moods vote on your behavior. That's the problem. It's not about emotion, it's about discipline. It's not about hype, it's about identity. That's the key. High performers do not eliminate moods, they override them. They wake up tired, they execute. They feel doubt, they execute. They feel bored, they execute. Because their identity is stronger than their emotion. Live on discipline. Here is the shift you must make. Stop asking, do I feel like it? Start asking, who am I? Because behavior follows identity.
If you believe you are inconsistent, you will behave inconsistently. If you believe you are undisciplined, you will act undisciplined. If you believe you are powerful, focused, relentless, you will act accordingly. You don't need their permission. You need a decision. The tactical move is this: convert identity statements into non-negotiable behaviors. Not wishes, not intentions, non-negotiables. Say, I am the kind of person who trains daily. I am the kind of person who writes every day. I am the kind of person who keeps promises. Then act like it, even when bored, even when annoyed, even when unmotivated. Do it because you are that person. The writer who calls himself a writer writes daily, not when inspired, daily. The disciplined athlete trains when sore, not when comfortable, consistently. The entrepreneur who identifies as relentless makes the hard call, even when nervous. Do it because you are that person. This is how identity hardens. You stack proof. One disciplined action, then another, identity stacking. You don't become disciplined by thinking. You become disciplined by collecting evidence. Evidence changes self-image. Self-image changes behavior. Behavior reinforces identity. That loop is power. You have a choice. Break the loop of mood or build the loop of discipline. Here's the system. Declare your identity in writing. I am the kind of person who, daily. Attach a measurable behavior, not vague, specific. 5 pages, 30 minutes, 10 reps. Execute regardless of feeling. No debate, no emotional analysis, no negotiation. You don't ask if you feel like it. You do it because you are that person. Live on discipline. Now, let's talk about public accountability. When you declare your identity publicly, you create pressure. Pressure strengthens behavior. Tell a friend, post the commitment, report your completion, not for applause, for reinforcement. You don't need their permission, but you can use their awareness. Because when others see you as disciplined, you are less likely to betray that image. Reputation locks identity, and identity locks behavior. That's the key. Understand this clearly. Mood will try to sabotage you. It will whisper, skip today. It will say, you deserve a break. It will suggest, you'll do better tomorrow. But discipline answers with action. You do not negotiate with weakness. You override it. Live on discipline. You say you want transformation. Transformation is not dramatic. It is repetitive. It is doing the right thing when no one claps. It is doing the work when no one watches. It is executing when emotion says no. That is adulthood. That is power. That is discipline. And once discipline becomes your baseline, something changes. Work feels normal. Effort feels standard. Excuses feel foreign. You become stable. Not because you feel strong, but because you behave strong. You are not waiting for a mood to carry you. You carry yourself. You have a choice. Live by emotion or live by execution. Live on discipline. Repeat this now. Do it because you are that person. Do it because you are that person. Do it because you are that person. And finally, the truth that ends this entire book. You are not trying to build discipline. You are discipline. Not sometimes, not when motivated, always. The moment you stop identifying as inconsistent and start identifying as disciplined, your behavior changes. You stop asking for permission. You stop waiting for readiness. You stop blaming mood. You act, because that is who you are. You are discipline. Act like it. Now, the truth in one line. Discipline built by force beats talent that waits. You heard the rules. Stop negotiating. Make rituals. Schedule your war. Break resistance with micro-actions. Outwork yesterday. Dominate the morning. Train willpower. Design a no-excuse environment. Follow pain. And live on discipline, not mood. Do the small, brutal tasks when you don't want to. Repeat, do the small, brutal tasks when you don't want to. For the next 30 days, commit to one non-negotiable action at the same time each day and log it. If you fail, get up immediately. No excuses. Here's the challenge. Starting tomorrow at 6 a.m., do that action for 30 consecutive days and comment below, "I forced it." This channel will be here weekly with blunt medicine. If you want more hard coaching, like this video, subscribe to Mindshift audiobooks, and hit the bell. Force yourself. Begin now.